Hi everyone, welcome to another studio vlog. It's been a very busy year for me so far. I feel like I've skipped a couple of months and it's suddenly July somehow. I moved in January and my office is now separate from my bedroom, which I find helps a lot when I need to take a break. In February I finished Ghost Stories Part 3 and went to Vidcon London. I had a really good time staying in an Airbnb with some friends and we were right by the convention centre, which was great considering most of us were up till 3 AM every night talking. When I got home I slept for 18 hours straight and I wish I had a picture of how tired I looked because my sister told me that the whites of my eyes were almost completely red. Since then I've been buried in freelance work and personal projects and testing out a graphics tablet or two. I have so much to do this week, it's actually unreal. It's Thursday and I still have so much to do. But I thought I'd kick off the start of this video with a little studio tour. It's not finished, but that is part of this week's jobs because as you can probably tell, there's some echo in the room and I want to get rid of that, or at least reduce it down a little so I can record more videos in here. So let's do the studio tour. So as you come in the room, you can see all of the recycling that has to eventually be taken downstairs, but I haven't done so yet. My Cricut, which I will eventually use this summer. These drawers I got from IKEA when I got my desk, and this is my PC. If you're curious about the specs and stuff, I will put a video link up here for you to check it out because I built it myself. Still quite proud of that and it works so well. The desk, which is also from IKEA. I think this tabletop was like £29 and then I bought the legs separately. They're adjustable so I can have it higher or lower if I like. At this height is just the right height for standing for me because I'm quite tall, I'm like 5'11". So my BenQ monitor, my usual tablet which is a Wacom Cintiq, my first ever tablet, my iPad Pro, which I've been using a lot more lately, especially with Procreate. I'm really liking it at the minute. And we have a extra tablet on the desk because I'm going to be reviewing XP Pen's Star G9 6OS Plus tablet. So far I really like it. It's a great beginner tablet. We have some photo frames and photos that I haven't actually put up yet. We have my bookshelf and a small selection of my art books and sketchbooks and some snacks that I brought with me when I moved. It's not perfect, but there's a lot of empty wall space, and obviously because of the echo in the room I need to do something about that. So to reduce the echo in the room I need to make some panels for this wall and this wall, and put some foam in this corner because apparently you're not meant to record in corners of the room because the echo is worse. But apparently that's exactly what I've been doing all this time because my mic usually sits over here when I stream and things. So at the minute I'm currently very busy with freelance, and after that I need to film the tablet section of this video and order the materials. So I've just measured using the tape measure and it looks like I can fit 5 panels on the wall in this room. So I'm going to go for one here, one on this wall, and then we're going to have 2 or 3 along here. Usually when they remove the echo in a room, a lot of people put panels on the ceiling. I'm not too sure, I think it might be too heavy, so I might have to get some sculpted foam that people use and stick that on the ceiling just in case. So it shouldn't be too bad. Now, I am not good at DIY, but my dad is, and since he knows how accident prone I am, he offered to make the wooden panels for me. Originally, I was determined to do everything myself, but I very quickly realised that things would be finished a lot faster with help, so big thanks to my mum and dad for everything.
You're doing this all one by one, are you?
Maybe. Oh, this is dangerous. I'm gonna out on the floor. I'd watched a ton of tutorials on YouTube to find out what other people were using and how they set up the frames. So I chose rock wool insulation. The pack I bought was £32 and had 6 pieces. As I didn't want anything to go to waste, I decided to make 6 panels. We used the measurements of the insulation to create the wooden frame, so the length was 1.2 metres, width was 0.4 metres, and the thickness was 100 millimetres. The insulation was actually quite spongy, so you could compress it if you wanted to. There were also 2 pieces of wood at the back of each frame to give a bit more support, and a hole at one end so we could hang them from the wall on a bracket when they were finished. The cost of the planks would have been £57.40, and I would have bought them with the rock wool from B&Q if they had been in stock at the time. Luckily, my dad had saved bits from his own projects and he ended up recycling wood from an old wardrobe, a door frame, skirting boards and some scaffolding boards to make up what we needed for the 6 panels. To hold the frames together, he used around 16 50mm drywall screws per panel, and the rest was up to me. With the insulation slotted nicely in place, I used weed barrier fabric to cover the entire panel to stop the insulation fibres escaping, because I definitely don't want to be breathing that in. I'd bought one roll from B&Q for £5, but this wasn't enough. I ended up buying another roll from Amazon for £9.99, and with that one I had plenty left over, so I'd definitely recommend that one over the one from B&Q. Placing the panel face down on top of the fabric, I pulled it tight around the edges and secured it with a lot of staples. I found it best to staple the middle and then the ends of each side. I'd then add more staples between those until I was happy. Then I would fold and staple the corners. I used my dad's electric staple gun and this pack of 5,000 staples, which I bought for £5.98. I chose a plain cotton to act as my finishing fabric because I'd had the idea to decorate and paint them myself, but that's a project for another video because by the time we finished up this last panel I was so done. I ordered 8 metres of this and it came to £31.92. It was priced at £3.99 per metre, but I had quite a lot left so I could have bought 6 metres instead. I'll probably keep the extra materials just in case I need to recover a couple or want to make some smaller ones in the future. No, I think... Ugh! Blister!
You're used to work, Catherine, that's the trouble.
The final touch was to attach 4 corks to the back of each panel so when they were fitted to the wall there'd be a gap to allow the air through. I bought a pack of 30 for £5.39. Though the backs of the panels don't look too fancy, it doesn't bother me because I won't be looking at them. Now, once I got them all upstairs, it was time to clear the space and do a clap test. That's so echoey. Once the space was ready, we used the brackets to mark out the holes on the wall for where I wanted the panels to go. We then drilled the holes, used raw plugs and 30mm screws to fix the brackets to the walls. After that, I used scissors to cut the fabric where the holes were in the back of the frames and hung the panels. These brackets were originally straight, but my dad bent them to shape for me. You can get a pack of 6 for around £11.99. I don't think they'll ever trust me with the drill, so thanks to my brother for helping me put them up. Now it's time for a before and after. So the total cost of making these panels for me was £90.28, and if I'd had to pay for the wood, screws, brackets and plugs, it would have been £172.29. So shout out to my dad for being a DIY king who hoards everything and anything that might come in handy. Now, to take this project even further, I could get some acoustic foam to place on the ceiling and some bass traps to fit into the corners of the room as well. But for now, this is enough and I'm really happy with how it turned out. This voiceover was done with the panels in place and I hope you enjoyed watching the video.